Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Miss Kim's Tea, and I want to talk to you today about something that's very dear to my heart. I was once a single parent. I was left to raise two children on my own, basically. And I did have help from family, yes I did, but I wasn't one necessarily to go ask parents for money all the time. I wanted to do this on my own, and I'm sure that most of us as single parents, that's what we want to do, or we want to feel comfortable enough to know that we can do that. So, you know and I know that it's not always easy raising kids, period, and keeping them fed and keeping them clothed, but there are some helpful tactics and ways to get this done. And like I say, I was a single parent. I'm not any longer. It wasn't that long ago that I was a single parent. I'd like for you to know that I am still in touch with ways to do this, and I just feel like some of my strategies or things that I did could actually help someone. So let me start off by also saying that I got some of this idea from a couple named, they call them the America's Cheapest Family. And they are Steve and Annette Economidos, and I hope I'm saying the name right. And they raised 7 children. Well, no, not 7. They raised 5 children. They were a 7-family household. And the dad worked, the mother did not. The dad made $35,000 a year. Their grocery budget was $350 a month, which is very low for a family of 7, okay? And I felt like, personally, if they could do that with 5 children, and I'm taking care of 2, and myself of course, but taking care of 2, then, they gave me inspiration that I could actually get this done. So anyway, the first thing maybe that you want to consider when it comes to budgeting for groceries is you want to come up with a budget, okay? That's number one. So the way that you would come up with a budget would be, first of all, you have to know what you're spending, what you're putting out. And before I was actually budgeting, I figured that I was spending between $3 to $3.25 a month in groceries for things at home, and then I was spending an additional maybe $75 on the outside of the house, going out lunch and just taking my kids somewhere to go eat. So first of all, when you're gonna budget, like I said, you got to know what's going out, and then from there. What I did was I went by the general recommended budget in the U.S. for food. And the general recommended budget is 10 to 20%. Dave Ramsey says 10 to 15%. So I wanted to go on the low end of that because I wanted to, like really put a halt to some of these poor spending I was doing. And again, if they could do 350, hey. So anyway, I'm also a hairstylist, and I was a hairstylist then, raising my children. And so as a hairstylist, my paycheck wasn't the same every time I got paid. And I got a paycheck as opposed to, because I was not working for myself at the time, I was working with a corporation. So what I did was I decided, well, I could definitely depend on X amount of money, every month. On average, because sometimes maybe I'd have a good week or not so good week, and And the other thing too is, for me, I did not get paid on the 1st and the 15th, or the 15th and the 30th. I just got paid every 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying? So I had to work it out, and that's really what made me feel like that it would be a hard thing to do in the first place, or that was my struggle. So what I did, I decided, okay, I can definitely depend on $2,500 a month income coming in, okay? So what I did was I did 10% of that, which is $250 a month on groceries. Some people would say, how in the world can you spend $250 a month on some groceries? Okay, let me say this. That did not include cleaning products. We're talking about food, okay? Okay, we're talking about food. And with that, you'd be surprised with how far $250 a month, a month would get you on groceries. So what I did was I would split it. So for 2 weeks, I'd spend the 125. For the next 2 weeks, 125. Now the economitos, they spent 350. They went grocery shopping once a month. That worked for them. That wasn't gonna work for me. I felt like it wasn't gonna work for me just because. Well, maybe let me just admit this. I also like the grocery shop. That's weird. That's strange. I know. So anyway, what I would do is, first of all, I didn't love to cook. I cook because people have to eat. Some people love to be in the kitchen. I do not. But I did know that if I was going to save money, I needed to be in the kitchen. So what I did was I would cook Sunday, and I'd cook big enough to last through Monday. I would cook, I would cook Tuesday to last through Wednesday. I would cook Thursday to last through Friday. And Saturday, it was every man for himself. That might sound strange to someone. That might, sound like, well, you weren't taking care of your kids on a Saturday. Being a mother is a full-time job. Understood. But believe it or not, my kids were happy to be able to go in there and fix peanut butter and jelly sandwich or some Roman noodles or, anything. And they're not going to die. They're, everything will be just fine if they do that one day out of the week, right? The other thing that I noticed was when I cooked, they were less inclined to go in the kitchen snacking all the time, which is going to eat up a lot of groceries because they were full. They had an actual meal. You see what I'm saying? And the other thing that I did was I did things like, okay, I sat them down first of all, and I told them, okay, things are going to change a little bit. And I would recommend that's what you do. Sit them down. Let them know what's going on. Let them be a part of the process. So, yeah, when I was buying box cereals, half the time the bag that's in the box isn't even full. The box was gone. Kids love to eat cereal. It was gone quickly, okay? So I was buying a lot of cereal. What I did for that, they make far better bag cereals nowadays. I let one kid pick their bag of cereal, the other kid pick theirs. It was definitely a savings. That bag each individually lasted them through the 2 weeks. And then I told them, okay, if you can't make your bag last through the 2 weeks, you just won't have it. It is what it is. Now, again, you're going to have to decide what's important to you. You might have to break some habits. It is what it is. They were not starving. They were definitely fed. They were happy with it. Like I say, there's better brands out there now from when I was a kid. The other thing too, what I would do, I would buy, and this is my strategy, I would buy, say like they had drinks that were like $1 to $1.50 at most. And maybe they were the Minute Maid, those Minute Maid carton drinks. They had the different flavors. I didn't buy sodas. There was maybe punches or those juices, like I say, with the Minute Maid. I would buy, and I don't know why I picked the number 8, but I picked the number 8. So I'd buy 8 of those. I'd buy a container of water. I'd buy those little fizzy little, not fizzy, the little pour over sugar type of things that you could put in water. Yeah, to make the little drink. And I told them, look, if those drinks were gone, then you're reduced to water. Okay? So if you put a cap on some things and they know that that's what the rule is, then that's what the rule is, right? So I would do that. The other thing, you'd be surprised with how much groceries you could get in your basket when you stop buying a whole bunch of preserved items. Buy just actual real food. When you have the packages, say you bought the packages of meat, if you know that, one of those long packages could be 2 meals, then bag it up. That's 2 meals you put in there. So another thing, when I would make my grocery list, I would itemize. I'd have this section for the meats, this section for sides, this section for drinks, this section for snacks. And before going in there, I would write down what I plan on cooking. So mind you, the way that I mentioned that I cook, it made me to where I only cook 3 days out of the week. Maybe some of you say, well, I don't even want to cook 3 days a week. But again, what's more important now? I think that's a blessing not to have to cook 7 days a week, right? 3 days, okay, I can stomach the 3 days. So if I knew what I was going to cook, then I say I was going to make spaghetti. Let's just give that as an example. So then for spaghetti, and we didn't eat red meat. So in the spaghetti, I'd put turkey. As far as the meats, I'd put turkey. In the sides area, that's maybe the spaghetti noodles and that's also the spaghetti sauce, right? Okay. Um, Maybe depending on if you wanted onion in there or whatever, okay, things like that. Um, but anyway, believe it or not, I could do a 2 weeks worth of groceries with 125 with the three of us, and that was again drinks and all of that snacks instead of buying things that were packaged snacks. A lot of times, what I would do now, popcorn could be packaged. That's true. So. I would buy, and also, so I would go buy, say, like brownie mix, and that is in a box in a package, but that's like what, $1.50 for brownie mix, and those brownies might have lasted them maybe 2 or 3 days. If you're gonna buy cookies, maybe you can make some cookies, some homemade cookies. You could actually do that. Or now, like the little cookies, they're already made or whatever, you could do that. Or they also have cookies at the grocery store where they're not as expensive. Maybe they're not the name brand necessarily that you're in love with or whatever, but they are there. I would do something like maybe make a cake. We also had a store called Fiesta Market, and Fiesta Market in those times, and I do believe chips cost more, the little small bags now, but when I was raising mine, they were 25 cents a bag. So I'm gonna guesstimate. I think they're probably that same bag is maybe 35 to 50 right now. So, which is, you can still do that on this type of deal or with a budget. So what I would do then was, and they also had the blow pops for 10 cents for individual. They'd be in a big old bin. And so I would let them take a bag and they put their little snacks in there, and this is your snack cabinet, this is your snack cabinet. Once it's gone again, it's gone, right? For as far as when it came to ice cream, we might go to the ice cream shop and get like a scoop or whatever. It was a rare moment when I just actually bought the carton, because I'm kind of picky with the ice cream. It's got to be a decent brand. I don't know, it tastes different. But popsicles didn't cost a whole lot. So, that could be in the snacking budget, right? So that's the thing with that. The other thing too is you want to be eating at home, and like I said, I was spending $75 just eating out. I cut that out. I was packing lunches at work. I just cut it out, basically. Maybe there was a treat every once out the very, very, very blue sky. Say there was income tax coming. And income tax is a national holiday for a single parent. But yeah, eat at home, you know. So, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so the next thing is coupons. Now, for me, I wasn't big on coupons. What I found with coupons was that a lot of times the thing that I had a coupon for, what I was buying was cheaper than what the coupon was anyway. What I found was coupons worked better for like cleaning products, which we're not talking cleaning products now. But I will say this. When it comes to the cleaning products, what I did was I would buy something like, I would buy, I would buy like ammonia, I would buy bleach, I would buy Comet. Those things don't really cost as much, and you can get some good cleaning done, right? And as far as finding things to, or going, where I found these stuff at, I'd go to the dollar store, I'd go to maybe Aldi's, Walmart. Walmart had, the price is good for that stuff too. It didn't take a whole lot of money to do cleaning products, So again, it can be done. Let me know if you like what I'm saying, if you have anything to add to what I'm saying. I'd also welcome you to like my channel, and please subscribe. I'm new at this. I appreciate you viewing, and see you again next time.